at 5:43. It is time for 7 on the Streets, the history of Chicago street names.
Our Facebook fans picked some streets with unusual stories behind them, and Roz had a chance to check it out.
This is one of my favorites because I just kept exploring and finding out all these interesting things. So we've got ghosts, politics, and patronage. We'll start with a request from Facebook fan Bill Keating about the origin of Damen Avenue. Damen Avenue was originally known as Roby Street after James Roby, a farmer and real estate developer in the mid-1800s. Father Arnold Damen, a Jesuit priest, founded Holy Family Church, St. Ignatius High School and College, now Loyola University.
In 1871, we know we have the Chicago fire, which actually started just east of Holy Family Parish. At the time, Father Damen was out of town in Brooklyn. So Father Damen prayed for the church to be saved and promised that he would light candles in remembrance of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. The wind shifted and the building was saved.
To this day, the parish keeps 7 candles, albeit electric, near the altar to fulfill Father Damen's promise. There are many tales about Holy Family being haunted, strange happenings around the church, sightings of Father Damen, but the biggest story revolves around 2 of the statues on the altar.
One evening, Father Damen was woken up from a sound sleep by 2 boys knocking on his door. They told him that their mother was very sick and she was dying and she wanted him to come and bless them.
The priest fulfilled the request, letting the tearful woman know it came from her sons.
She started crying even harder because her sons had been deceased for some time.
Not too far from Holy Family is Halsted Street. Mary Scott asked about its origins. It began as First Street, then Dyer Street after abolitionist Charles Dyer.
Halsted Street is named for William and Caleb Halsted, who actually are not Chicagoans at all. As far as we can tell, they visited Chicago once. They were essentially business partners with the first mayor of the city, William Ogden.
William Ogden has his street as well. He served only 1 term as mayor by choice. He did much more in Chicago's early years, designing the first swing bridge over the Chicago River, dug a channel to straighten the north branch of the river, creating Goose Island, and he built Chicago's first railroad, becoming president of the Union Pacific. A native New Yorker, Ogden moved back east in his later years while keeping a residence in Chicago. Now, he was in New York in 1871 when the Great Fire broke out. He returned the next day to find everything he owned in Chicago was lost. Now, next week, we'll be talking about another street with ties to the Great Chicago Fire. And so it goes.
Yeah. Really interesting. The Halsteds, right?
And you know,
we only visited once and get a whole street named after them?
Yeah. But some of my research showed that Ogden and the Halsteds were kind of related. Huh. Distant cousins.
So,
interesting.
Going on.
Yeah, naming of our streets like that. Roz, thank you.